So I would have loved a red. We don't have a blood red like this, so pink. We're just going to pretend it's red. Okay. Hello my loves, and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten and we're doing the Tackle Your TBR 24-hour Readathon. Now, a couple of disclaimers. There is a Discord, so anyone on Discord has already seen what I've been up to, what I've been reading throughout all of this. So if you'd ever like to take part in there, it will be linked below for you. It is free to join. And this is the last time it's going to be called Tackle Your TBR. Instead, we're going to be having a bit of a change up ready for June's Readathon, because this is the bi-monthly Readathon. The announcement video for all of this will be in May, so keep your eyes peeled for that, because the Tackle Your TBR Readathon, I love it. It's not changing loads, it's just having a bit of a makeover to establish the point and purpose of this readathon, which is all about taking a day for yourself to rest and relax. That is the main purpose of it, and then while you're at it, you may as well tackle a few of those books on your TBR. That's the purpose behind it, so I kind of want to highlight that, but again, I'll be going into that more in May's announcement video. So this is the last time of this sort of format, and because it's all about resting and relaxing, I do sleep. So this is going to take place over 24 hours. What is the time? I don't have my phone. I'm pretty sure it's almost 12 o'clock on Saturday. I will be carrying this through into about 12 o'clock on Sunday. So we get a full 24 hours, but as I say, I do sleep. And we do have 4 prompts for this readathon. Although, as much as I like a set TBR, this TBR has gone out the window. If you saw last week's vlog, which is actually the vlog that came out a couple days before this video, you would know why. Because there was a particular book I got in the mail, which I'm just too excited to not read straight away. So I'll go through what the TBR was, because I love a set TBR. It really keeps me motivated, it keeps me focused on what I want to read. I generally find if I don't have a set TBR, I just sit there and look at my shelves and go, oh no, what do I read? I want to read all of you. And so it really does help me. So I have 4 prompts. You can combine them, you can use them in any way, or you can not use them, whatever you prefer. The 4 prompts are really simple. The first one is read a book on your TBR. I don't have anything written in front of me. I have the books, but I don't have the prompts that they were to. We'll just go with it. It's fine. We have The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter. This is a short story collection that I picked up recently, and I was really looking forward to picking this one up because it's fairy tale reimaginings but make it gothic. Sounds like a lot of me. I adore the idea of this. I really want to read it, but as I said, it's probably not happening today. Then we have continuous series or a book you're in the middle of, and for continuous series we have Tokyo Ghoul volume 14. This will be finishing up the Tokyo Ghoul manga series, which I have been reading for absolutely ages. I'm really pleased I'll be finishing this one and being able to move on to other manga series that I've got my eye on. This one I'm still gonna try and squeeze in today. We'll see, because it's manga. It will break up the formatting and it's a quick read, so hopefully I'll still get to this one. Then we have a prompt of a book you keep putting off, and I'll be putting it off once again, and that is How to Kill Your Family by Bella Mackie. I have had a couple of people say actually they did like this one and I think I would like it. However, she's getting pushed aside. She's gorgeous. I love the cover. It's the reason why I picked it up, but she's being pushed aside for the book that I'm going to be reading instead. So you're going to go back on my shelves and we'll get to you eventually. I mean, it was meant to be today, but never mind, it's fine. And then the last one is to read a short book, and again, this can be whatever you think a short book is. For me, I've got a 101 page short story collection by Mary Shelley, and there's only 3 short stories in here. First one is Transformation, and there's a couple of others. I love Mary Shelley's works. I'm making it a priority to read through some of her lesser known works, because obviously she's known for Frankenstein, but she's not known for anything else really. I may still try and get one of these read this month, because this readathon is what I was meant to say, because I really do want to read more of her work. I think she's an underrated author in the sense that she's known for Frankenstein but not her other works, which I have really enjoyed. So yeah, I would like to try and get this one done. But the TBR, these 3 are unlikely to get read/finished, because instead, 2 days ago, I had my copy of The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson get delivered. And I'm so freaking excited. Like, I can't wait. I got the Waterstones exclusive edition with these gorgeous edges, and we have some really cool end papers, but the thing that sold it, like, oh, look at this. Look at this, how amazing. I just love it. I love the art that they've done on the actual hardback. I think it looks awesome. But I love Holly Jackson. So Holly Jackson did the Good Girls Guide to Murder series, also did 5 Survive. Now, when I picked up this book when it first came out, I did the exact same thing in one of these readathons where I just got rid of my TBR for the readathon and I just read this instead. I had such good fun with it. I annotated, you can barely see because this is when I was doing the tiny tab, but I had so much fun. I had notes on all of the pages. pages, like trying to solve what was going on and who I thought it was. So it was so much fun. Like, this book is split into one night, so it was perfect for a readathon. As each hour ticked over, you would get this black page with the time, and I was putting down notes on who I thought it was, what was going on, things that I felt like I had to discuss. Like, I had so much fun. This was such a good reading experience, so I really kind of want to replicate it with this, and yeah, this is what I'm going to do. So the rest of the TBR is going out the window. As I said, I will probably still try and pick up Tokyo Ghoul Volume 14 to break up this. Probably around the halfway point, I will put this one down and pick up this one to give myself that format change, unless of course I'm just really into it, in which case I might try and squeeze it at the end of the readathon, because I really want to get this one read. If not, you're going to see it in a weekly reading vlog, because I want to get that one finished. But yeah, I can't wait. I don't know what this one is about. I don't want to know, because I know I'm going to have such a good time with it. So this is what I'm going to start off with. Now, I'm actually going to start reading probably in about half hour's time, because the house is really quiet. I want to wrap up the vlog that came out just before this one, so I want to get that wrapped up. I've got a couple like little tidying up bits to do, because I did a bit of food shopping. Like, it's a later start to the readathon than I was planning, because I ended up staying at my partner's and we stayed up late watching Dune Part 1, which wasn't bad actually, not bad at all. I haven't read the book. I'm kind of intrigued to read the book now. But yeah, so that was quite a good time, but it meant that I woke up really late, had to do a bit of food shopping and stuff, so I got it all done, so that now, once I've wrapped up the vlog, I can have a full 24 hours of chilling. So I might end up wrapping up the vlog, like this readathon, at about 12:30 tomorrow, because that way it gives me that half-hour leeway to actually start reading. Regardless, I'm going to be reading this book, and it's going to be a grand time. Like, I'm so excited to read this. Like, I have just been so hyped for it, and I did put in the Discord channel, I was like, I kind of just want to throw my TBR out the window and read this, and you were all like, yeah, do it, you're going to enjoy it more. And you know, they've made a really good point of, if you're not in the mood to read the other books, then you're probably not going to enjoy them as much as a result, which is very true. It's just, I am really obsessively organised, so I do find it a little bit harder to then just throw plans out the window. I'm going to, because I know it's going to be a good time, and if it's not, you're going to see the disappointment, so it'll be a fun video, I guess. But I have high expectations, high hopes that this is going to be a fantastic, fun time. So yeah, this is what we're reading. I hope you enjoy this video. Let me know if you took part, or if you just remembered to take that day for yourself. I think that's enough rambling for this intro, and we're just gonna get to reading. Quarter to 3, and I have read the first 5 chapters of The Reappearance of Rachel Price. So we're up to page 53, and I'm liking this. So it took me a little while to get started, I decided to have some lunch because I was very hungry, and then we got to reading, and then as you just saw, I decided to start annotating this and added in a few tabs. So I haven't fully decided on what all the colours are going to be yet. We have blue for a lot of talk about how Belle, our main character Belle, who is the daughter of Rachel Price, she talks a lot about how people are always going to leave you. It's definitely some PTSD that she's got left over from what happened to her, because the setup for this book is when Belle was almost 2 years old, she was found in a car on the side of a road with the door open, car running and everything, but her mum disappeared. Belle obviously has a lot with trust issues about people always going to leave her, and so she makes a lot of comments about that. So I decided I wanted to start tabbing that, because obviously that sense of dread, of loss, of losing people is going to be a big reoccurring theme in here. From what I've seen in these first few chapters, it's brought up a lot. Because I'm doing this as I've read things, I've gone back through. I haven't tabbed everything because I would have to reread the first 5 chapters and I don't want to do that. So there's definitely more mentions of it that I could have tabbed that I haven't. It's a big thing in here, so I've decided to tab that. Then we have purple for the facts, all the circumstances around it all and the fact that nobody knows what actually happened. Pink, honestly I would have loved a red because that would have really matched the red on here. So I would have loved a red. We don't have a blood red like this, so pink. We're just going to pretend it's red. Okay, but that is for like suspicious things. There's not been much because we're in the start of it, but there's been a couple things that I'm like, this could play in later. It might not have anything to do with the actual disappearance of Rachel, but it's definitely something not seeming quite right that I think might come back up. And then we have this kind of greenish colour, and this colour I haven't, again, fully decided what it's going to be, although I have been tabbing things with Belle about how much she wants to distance herself from Rachel, and just unusual things. So like the fact that Rachel can't stand to be in the backseat of a car, the fact that she wants nothing to do with her mum, like the fact that she hates that people say she looks like Rachel, that she sounds like Rachel. She's like, I want to be the opposite of everything to do with her, and it just seems a little bit like unusual. I mean, I suppose it could be just the trauma of everything that she went through, the fact that she got left behind, it could be to do with that, the fact that she wants nothing to do with her as a result because she was left. I don't know. But I decided to tab it anyway. Whether this changes as we go on, I don't know. Whether we add to it or not, I'm not sure. I'm enjoying it so far. It's a documentary that's being filmed on the disappearance of Rachel Price, and they're interviewing her and her family. Her dad's agreed to it, and we find out the reason why he agreed to it. It just seems really interesting. At the minute, it's just a lot of fact finding, going over what happened, the lead up to everything, and I'm expecting things are going to progress as we go on. So I'm going to get back to it. I think I'm going to do a cup of tea and have some biscuits. I've got some, well, technically not biscuits, they're Jaffa cakes, so technically cakes. So I'm going to have some of those and carry on reading for a bit, and hopefully I would like to read another 100 pages or so, and then I'll probably update again with how it's going. But I'm really enjoying it. Like, it's really easy to read, definitely reads like a young adult book, so if you're looking for a young adult thriller, it'll be a good one to try. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's an easy read, which is what I want, and I'm intrigued, and I like the fact that I'm tabbing. I do like tabbing thrillers and mysteries and stuff if I have the physical book, because it's just so much fun, and I do want to try and work out what happened around this disappearance. Was it something that somebody caused? Was it something else? I mean, because this is titled The Reappearance, I'm assuming Rachel's going to appear during this book at some point. I don't know, but I'm intrigued. So yeah, anyway, let's go do that cup of tea, and then we'll get back to reading. afternoon, or is it evening? Oh, he's just turned 5, so I suppose it's evening. So I am now up to chapter 17, page 151, and I've been having a lot of fun annotating. I can't tell if you can see that, I don't have my glasses on, but I'm having a good time annotating. It's been really fun, and there's been developments. So funnily enough, I said how obviously Rachel Price has to reappear because of the title, the reappearance of Rachel Price, and I was not wrong, because literally 2 pages after I said that, she reappeared, and all of these things are going on. So now we've got Rachel explaining what happened to that time away, and we have Belle's reaction to having her back and the rest of the family, and it's really interesting. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but yeah, it's curious. Things are heating up, lots of different things are happening, and it's making you question what actually happened all these years ago, what really went on. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I really like it. I think it's really good. I feel like the atmosphere, the sinister feeling isn't too dark at the minute. Like, it's a little bit there, but it's not actually that dark. I would say this is just more of like a mystery in a way, trying to find out what actually happened during those years to Rachel, what actually caused all of this, and that's what's interesting about it. So I don't think it's like dark in any way, but then I suppose that's because like young adult, it's not going to be that dark. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really good. Like, I'm looking forward to continue reading more. Like, it's a really easy read, definitely one that when I start reading it, I'm not wanting to put it down. Like, I'm really engrossed in the story to find out what's going on, to find out how it's going. And the crew that are filming the documentary, they've now had confirmation that they can continue filming, and they've changed their documentary from the disappearance of Rachel Price to the reappearance of Rachel Price to try and find out what happened, what went on. Belle is now using them to kind of conduct her own investigation into things, because she's dealing with a lot. She's got a lot of trauma going on from the whole disappearance, the fact that she's believed for years that her mum just left her, and now her mum's back and she doesn't know how to process it all. She doesn't know how she should be feeling, and things are so different now, and she just doesn't understand, because those people are like, oh, but you must be happy now because your life was so sad before, and she was like, but I didn't remember my mum, so this is all so different to me now. Like, my normal was me and my dad, and we were happy and we were a good duo, and now we've got this stranger, and she is a stranger to Belle because she doesn't know this woman that is now her mum, and she's just, it's all really unusual, and I like seeing Belle trying to go through that, trying to understand it. I did change up my tabs a little bit, so I've kept the same colours, but I've just changed the grey, greeny colour to quotes that I like, rather than unusual things that Belle isn't connecting to. I kind of put that with blue, with the fear of loss and losing people and people walking away from her. I've kind of just put that all together as like a trauma thing. I mean, there are quotes that I really like in here, and some of them are the ones that I initially tabbed anyway, because I think it can work in both veins. Decided to keep that for different, just quotes that I like. Anyway, it's my common one. I didn't have it, and I was like, I actually want to use that. I don't even know how I'm explaining this. Anyway, the point is, I'm enjoying this. I think it's really good. It's really interesting. I do feel like now is a good point to change up and read something a bit different. How many pages is this? I think, okay, so it's 430 pages long. So actually I might wait until like the 200 page mark, and then I will put this one down, maybe do some food, and then pick up the manga Tokyo Ghoul Volume 14, which is over there. Or I might do a short story. No, you know what? I should finish the manga, because then that means I actually completed a series, which is really good because I'm notoriously bad at doing that. So we'll do that. I think that's my plan. I think I'll read another 50 pages, have some food, read the manga, and then get back to this. I think I could definitely finish it within this readathon. Like, it's an easy read. Like, it's not taking too much concentration. It's intriguing because I want to know what's going on. I want to know what the truth is. I want to know who's lying, what's actually going on. Like, I'm really enjoying that. So I want to carry on reading this, so I definitely can get it finished. I would love to be able to finish it early enough that I could squeeze in a short story, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, although I am getting hungry, so gotta decide. Do I read for another hour? Because it's only 5 o'clock. Yeah, maybe I'll read for another hour, and then I'll do some dinner, and then we'll change it up, read something else. Yeah, I think that's the plan. I've repeated myself like 20 times. Anyway, this is good. I'm enjoying it. I think out of the two, what one am I enjoying more out of Holly Jackson's thrillers? Because obviously I had 5 Survive. I think 5 Survive was that little bit more thrilling. Like, it felt like there was a lot more stakes going on because there was a shooter, there was that going on, so it felt a lot more high stakes. It had a lot more tension to it. This one doesn't have that, but it's intriguing because I want to know what's going on. I really want, it feels like a puzzle that we're trying to understand and loosen and trying to see the different things, like what things are true, what things are people lying about, and trying to piece everything together. So it feels more like a puzzle, so almost like a mystery, whereas 5 Survive felt a lot more like, oh, high stakes thriller. So yeah, I should probably see, actually, is this a cozy mystery or is this a thriller? What is this meant to be? I don't think it says, or at least if it does, it's on the dust jacket, which I don't have with me. It does say in her acknowledgements that this was the hardest book for Holly to write, which is interesting. I guess I'll have a look. Do a bit of sleuthing of my own, which basically means I'm just going to type it into Google and see what it comes up as. But anyway, yeah, I think if to me it's feeling a bit more like a mystery, not a murder mystery because nobody's died. I mean, that could change, but as of yet, nobody's died. So it definitely just feels like a mystery into what happened to Rachel Price for these 16 years. And is what she's saying true? And if it is, like, then who was behind it? Who did all of this? And if it's not, why is she lying? And that's, oh, I love it. I love all the questions that we're getting and I love wanting to solve it. So it just feels like a mystery, which is good because I do like a mystery. Anyway, I've been rambling on for a good few minutes, probably just repeating myself quite a few times. So we'll see how much of this got kept in for the video, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's good, and all the things I've already said. So I'm going to get back to reading this, then I'm gonna do some food, as I've said several times now. Yeah, okay, we're gonna stop repeating ourselves and just get back to it. Time of day where I'm just really tired. It's only 8:30 of an evening, but I am an early bird. I like to go to bed early and get up early. It's just what I naturally prefer. Plus I have come off from doing a week of early shifts where I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. So lots of tired rambles coming your way, but I did read a bit more of the reappearance of Rachel Price. I'm now up to chapter 27, page 215. I did have a whole moment where I did a theory. I decided to go in with some notepaper and do a little theory, and this was at the end of chapter 17, beginning of chapter 18, so I put it in here for chapter 18, of just what I think is going on with this book. Obviously I'm not going to go into what I actually think is going on because I don't know if it's true, spoilers and stuff. I'm not really, don't want to do any of that. Also at this point I feel like things are starting to change where it could be that we've been misled, and I like that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I would like to try and read another 50 pages, but I'm also honestly thinking I just want to go to bed early. So we'll see how I'm feeling, but I think what I'm going to do is get myself ready for bed. I'm going to like wash my face and everything and then maybe try and read for an hour. And then I'm going to sleep because I'm tired. Anyway, this is good. I like the fact that it is starting to change and we're getting that question, because I did feel like, oh, maybe this is a bit too obvious of what's going on. But now because we're starting to question everything, it's actually really good and I'm really enjoying that. So it'll be interesting. Like, I don't really know which way it's going to go. I've got my theory, and I feel like if it is that, I won't mind too much, but it is pretty obvious. And if it's not that and we get a few twists, that's really good. Or if it is that but we're now starting to question it and it makes me go, oh, but is it this? Again, I don't mind that. And it's starting to do that. It's starting to make me question my theory because of certain things that are being said and done, and I like it. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to continuing on with that. So I'd like to do another hour, but I have, since doing that reading more, I then did some food and I read Tokyo Ghoul Volume 14, and this is finishing off the Tokyo Ghoul series, which I don't think I've spoken about what this actually is in this video. So we're following a main character who has one foot in the human world and one foot in the ghoul world, and ghouls are basically zombies, except they look human, so they're not like decomposing and stuff, but they do need human flesh to survive, and they have these different abilities about them that they have depending on what type they are, depends depends on what they get, and it's basically different fighting things about them. It's interesting. I really liked some of the potential plot lines that this manga could have followed, but it kind of didn't, and I feel like this last volume for me was a little bit lackluster. Like, it didn't do much. It's a massive fight scene, and I knew it was going to be that because that's where volume 13 left it off with, but I feel like this particular fight scene, it was jumping around a lot. It was going from one bit that was really interesting and I really wanted to learn more about to cut into another bit, and it felt a little bit hard to follow at times. Now, that could be because it's been ages since I've read volume 13, and honestly, from reading just anything of this series, it's been such a long time. I've had such long breaks between reading volumes in this, just because getting hold of them was difficult at times. It could be that. It could also be because I'm tired. But at the same time, I do feel like a lot of this was just jumping around, and I feel like the ending was a little bit lackluster. Like, I kind of wanted more from it. Now, I know there is another series, which is Tokyo Ghoul Re, but I don't know if I want to get into it. Like, I have been told that it is good, but I don't know. I think for now, I wouldn't. I want to read some of the other series that I'm reading. And then maybe I'll get back to this one and maybe reread the series in a shorter amount of time, see if I prefer it a bit more, and then go into it. Because there were certain volumes of this that I really liked, because I really liked the direction it was going. But then a couple I couldn't quite get on with because they did feel very stilted and like, yeah, jumping around. This one feels like a bit of a meh. But I'm really pleased I got it done. Really pleased I finished off the series. This was one I definitely wanted to read, so I'm like, for this readathon, so I'm really pleased I've done that. So yeah, I think the rest of this readathon is just going to be focusing on finishing this book, and like I say, I'm really intrigued to see whether the theory that I have in here is actually going to come to fruition or not, but I'm starting to question myself. I'm liking that. I always enjoy it when a book can make me question and doubt my own theories, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens. So, but yeah, as I said, I think I'm going to get ready for bed, try and stay up for another hour or so. It would be good if I could stay up till 10, because I am going on to my late shift in a few days' time where I'll be working till midnight, so I do need to start staying up later, so I'm going to try. We'll see. But I think this is going to be the last update of the night, because about an hour's time or so people start getting ready for bed and stuff, and I don't like updating when people are trying to sleep because that just feels rude. I will update in the morning with whatever I got up to and whatever I end up reading. So yeah, that's it. I think what I would like to do tomorrow is go out. So I haven't really gone out today, mainly because I was out this morning with my partner. Like, I was at my partner's house, so I was already out of the house this morning. But I think it would be nice tomorrow morning to go out, maybe for lunch, maybe for breakfast, or a brunch. Who knows? Basically, I think it'd be nice to go out, maybe go out for a nice little walk, maybe get a hot drink somewhere, bring my book with me, and it would be nice to do. So I would like to do that, depending on the weather, will depend on what I actually do. But yeah, that would be really nice, I think. That's it for this update for this evening. For you, it's going to be very soon that I'll be seeing you, but otherwise I'm going to talk to you in the morning. And yeah, until then, enjoy the B-roll, whatever that may be. It is at 9:30 in the morning. I woke up just before 8 o'clock this morning, and I've had a nice slow morning, getting myself ready, having some breakfast, journaling and reading. So I read a tiny bit more last night. Didn't actually read loads, instead I spent a bit of time like planning and organising stuff. So yeah, so I'm now up to chapter 36, page 282. And where I left off last night was page 253, chapter 32. And I had another theory. I don't think this theory is as strong, but I'm really intrigued to see this as a potential backup idea. I still think the first theory I had is the strongest one, but obviously I'm not going into details of what they are. But yeah, I'm really liking it. I like the things that are happening at the minute. I like the changes. I also feel like the tension is starting to ramp up a little bit because there are just certain things that are just not really adding up. But it also, is it just the way Belle's seeing things because Belle is so ready to believe the worst? Is it just because of that? I like that. I'm enjoying that. I don't have too long left. I think I've got just under 100 pages, or is it 100 pages? Hang on a second. You'd think I'd remember, but I don't. Okay, no. I've got 140 pages left to go, so it's going to probably take me about another 2 hours to finish this, which, considering it's 9:30, I've got what, 3.5 hours, because I'm thinking to wrap this up at 1. As much as I did start recording at 12, I didn't actually get to reading until closer to 1 o'clock, so I'm going to let this run till 1 today. So yeah, so I definitely think I can get that done, and then potentially even a short story. I don't know which one I want to do. Do I want to do Angela Carter or Mary Shelley? Or do I do something else? I don't know, I guess we'll find out, but I think first things first, we're going to finish this one, and then we'll see with the leftover time what I feel like doing. But yeah, this is good. I'm really enjoying it. As I say, the tension is ramping up. I can't decide what I want to do right now. Like, I know I want to get out the house. I want to get out of this room. I want to get out for a little bit, but I can't decide if I want to just go for a walk or if I want to take my book and then sit down and read. It's not quite warm enough to sit and read outside, I don't think. I might just go to a coffee shop, because they'll be opening up soon, because it's Sunday, so everything opens up a little bit later, but they'll be opening up soon. So I'm thinking I could double check what time they open and then maybe just take a walk into town, go to a coffee shop. If it's not too cold, I'll sit outside and read. If it's a bit too cold, I can sit inside and read, and I just feel like it'd be a nice way to just break up the day a little bit and get outside of my room. I think that's the plan. I think that's what we're going to do, and then obviously finishing up this. I really want to finish this soon. Like, honestly, I had to stop myself from reading to do this update because I just kept going. I just kept reading. I was having so much fun. I really like the way it's kind of really ramping up. Like, the pacing is getting faster. The tension feels a little bit more there. Like, I'm really engrossed. So yeah, I really want to just get straight back to this. But I think what we're going to do is tidy up a little bit from like my breakfast stuff and then get ourselves together and go out to the town, go for a walk. We'll see from there what I end up doing. But definitely going to be bringing the book with me because it's good. I'm enjoying it, but let's get outside. Let's do that. I need a change of scenery. After 1 o'clock, which means it's time to wrap up this readathon. I've had such a good time, I'm not gonna lie. I've really enjoyed it. So I enjoyed this morning going off to the coffee shop, having a pastry and a tea, because I much prefer tea. So a nice tea, I read a little bit there. Then things started getting a bit busy, so I got there for when they opened. Things started getting busy, so I decided to come home and finish the book. And this was so good. I had so much fun with it. I love all the twists and turns, and I feel like the twists just kept coming. Like, there was the last 100 pages of this book where they were just going. It was just constant. It was so good, and I really like this ending. I like the way it wrapped up. Really good. Like, I really enjoyed this one. I had so much fun with it. So it is a standalone. You can read it on its own to get an idea of Holly Jackson's writing if you've never read any of their works before, and this one just felt so good. I did say I was going to look into whether this was a mystery or a thriller. It's actually a mystery thriller, so it's both, which is correct for what I was feeling like it was, so that's really good that it does that really well. It is young adult. You have a tiny bit of romance in the background. It's kind of common, I've noticed, with Holly Jackson's books anyway, and I actually really liked it. I thought it was really sweet. I liked the growth that Belle goes through. I liked just everything, the way this was explored, the actual mystery itself, the reasons behind things. Like, it was so good. I had such a good time with this one. I'm really pleased I decided to choose it for the readathon. Well, actually, I'm really pleased that people convinced me on Discord to read this one for the readathon, because it was perfect. Like, it was fast-paced, intriguing, it kept my attention the whole way. I didn't feel bored with it at any point. And sometimes when I'm doing these readathons, I feel like I need a break to do something else, whether it's to play Animal Crossing or to do something else, but I didn't feel that way this time because I was just loving this book so much. It was so much fun. So I'm really pleased that I've read this one. It was great. I loved it. It was really good. And then of course I did read Tokyo Ghoul volume 14, which I wasn't as big a fan of. Like, I didn't think it landed for me in the ending of it, which is a bit of a shame, but that's fine. I'm keeping hold of the series. My partner wants to read it anyway, so that's absolutely fine. But yeah, it does mean I didn't read any other books for this readathon, but I don't really mind about that. This one was great. I had a really good time with it, so I'm really pleased that I've read this one, that I had fun annotating it, that I came up with different theories, and I was still shocked and surprised at what was actually happening. Like, it was so good. So yeah, this was great. A great time. I hope you all have had a good time, whether it's been able to take part in the readathon, whether it's just being able to take a few hours or a day for yourself to rest and relax. I hope you've been able to, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I think if we've made it this far, then let's put a... Actually, let's do this emoji. There is actually in the comments, that's not what I was thinking of. In the emojis, there is actually this film type emoji, so put that if you've made it this far, or if you just don't know what you want to comment, then you can pop that in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching. Like, I really do appreciate each and every single one of you that takes the time to watch these videos. I know I say it at the end of every video, but it's really true. Like, I've loved it, and being able to chat on Discord about what I've been reading and stuff, like, it's been so much fun. I love the conversations that we have and just the banter and the way everyone interacts. Like, it's been so much fun, as well as here on YouTube when you're in the comments. Like, I love it. So yeah, thank you. Anyway, I am going to stop rambling now. So once again, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please do give it that thumbs up, subscribe and comment. Those 3 things really help this channel out. My social media links, anyone I've mentioned, will always be linked below for you, and I will catch you in the very next video.